Welcome to Taro and Tea, Tea Sippers. Welcome to Taro and Tea, Tea Sippers. Welcome to Taro and Tea. Welcome, Tea Sippers. Yeah, it's the podcast, baby. Wagwan. Wagwan people, wagwan tea sippers, wagwan me generals. How are you all doing today? I hope you are feeling good. And if there's some of you out there that's not feeling good, the fact that you're listening to this, you're going to be feeling good, all right? Because as a collective, we're all about that love and light energy, that growth. You feel me? You feel me? You feel me? So we're going to get into it today because this podcast today is dedicated to Sheryl Lee Ralph, and for winning her Emmy. So congratulations to you, Sheryl. But there was something that resonated that she said when she was being interviewed by Laverne Cox, and she was saying that she always just focused on her goals, focused on what it is that she was aspiring to, and she referenced the Jamaican proverb, "What is for you can never be on for you." Yeah, she did say in the Patwa way, but that is what she said, and it really resonated because I thought, yeah, like it was in the collection. In the proverb collection, but I thought, well, yeah, we could use it today, and we'll talk about and cover it today in today's podcast. But before we get into it, all right, collective, make sure you have a nice beverage to keep you going, to keep you hydrated, because we're gonna get into it. You feel me? You hear me, collective? All right, I was in two minds of thinking of like green tea or coffee, but I chose coffee instead, yeah? So, yeah, just make sure you got a nice little drink or even some snacks as well, so you can listen, and we're going to get into it. So let's get into it. Let's get it popping right now. All right. So, the Jamaican proverb today is, what is for you can never be on for you. What is for you can never be on for you. What is for you can never be on for you. So what is there for you? It can never be on for you. No one can't take that away from you. That is your blessing. That is your divine blessing. No one can take that. You hear me? So, I was shuffling the cards earlier, and the Queen of Pentacles came out. And I said, wow, what a wonderful card for this podcast. Because the Queen of Pentacles represents so it's like a feminine figure, but we don't have to watch gender in this situation, because it could be just someone who has built wealth, and that could be taking that time to focus on their goals and accumulate over time, that they can then look back and sit on their throne and go, oh my gosh, I did that. I did that. Me one did that. I did that. And collective, I want you to have a think. If there's been any times where there might have been like a project or something you've been working on, and it took a lot of strength, a lot of willpower, a lot of motivation, a lot of discipline to get you where you wanted to be. And you might have seen others around you who might either be doing the same thing or similar things. And maybe at times you might have even felt a period of jealousy, or you might have even felt like, oh, why is it not working for me? So I want you to have a think of any times where you've maybe experienced that in your life, and how did you overcome it? You know, what steps did you do to overcome it? Because for example, someone like Sheryl Lee Ralph, she's now getting her flowers. And she had to work really hard and to go through periods and periods of seeing other people getting success, because she was in Dreams Girls, she was the original Dream Girls, she was in Moesha, she was in Sister Act, she was in a lot of shows, a lot of childhood shows that I loved watching, and I can imagine a lot of the others in the collective also enjoyed watching. And it was like, why didn't she get... and she's also a singer as well. So it's like, she's worked so hard, and it's now that she's in her 60s, which is like the Queen of Pentacles, someone who's a very mature, or has acquired it. But it had taken that a long period of time for her to be able to say, look, wow, this is my achievements. And now I'm not only getting the recognition, let's say I've taken the time to recognize, even if the world doesn't recognize my recognition of the contribution that I have put into the arts, or, you know, into my talent, into my passion. That's okay. But it is nice, and I am thankful that I am getting the recognition for everything that I've worked for. Now I can see everything accumulate in such a wonderful way that I'm now getting my flowers. And maybe those periods before, when I was like, oh, I want to win this award, I wasn't getting it. But now everything has worked out. The divine has worked out everything for me, so that so that everything could work out, and that I can be thankful and happy, but also to have other people as well happy for my success. I hope that making sense. But I want you to think about if there's been any periods of times, because I know there's been lots of examples where I can think of, where it could be like you're working really hard, it could be an exam, it could be trying to pursue a particular career, and the amount of obstacles and hurdles that you're having to go through, whether it could be particular issues in the workplace, but you know that you really want to get to from A to, let's say, to A to D, but before you get to A to D, there is some kind of let's say there might be some issues or some obstacles there, and either could be you don't always agree with some of the people at your workplace, there could be some politics, there could be possibly like you wanting to do something and the people around you are not feeling or not supporting you. So then that can put you in like 5 steps back, because you don't have the support, you don't have the guidance from people to encourage you, or not knowing the right avenues on where you can find or seek information that's going to help boost you. So what is for you can't be for you. Even when there's times where we're like, oh my gosh, I'm working, I'm trying to put some money here to save, so I've always got some money, at least 6 months, so I can save or put away. Or you're thinking to yourself, I really want to get to this, I've set my goals, I've set like a vision board, I've got some pictures up and I'm just looking at it, and I'm making it a habit of disciplining myself, so I am staying on my goals. And there might be things around you or people around you or situations around you that makes you feel like you kind of even just decide that I've got, like, you might feel like, oh, why are they not supporting me? They know this is what I want. Why am I not getting the support? Why am I not getting the encouragement? Like, I might be feeling like I'm there for everyone to support them, But then you might feel like, oh, when it's my turn, like, well, it's not my turn yet. But while it's not my turn, I will support the others. But at the same time, I would like others to support me as well. So I can imagine again with Sheryl that she may have felt like that at many times, where she wasn't always celebrated, or she wasn't always maybe given the opportunity to say, no, we're going to give you your flowers. We're going to give you your flowers. But guaranteed, the divine will always have your back. You know, your guardian angels, your ancestors, God, the universe will always have your back. You know, and if there are blockages in your way, those blockages will be removed. If you stay disciplined, if you stay truthful to your authenticity, you know, sometimes it's about clearing those, those kind of like misty or smoke screens or anything that can be like distractions, and just say, no, this is what I want to do. I want to become that Queen of Pentacles, that figure that, you know, takes that time to build and invest in myself. Because remember, as a collective, as a Wagwan Tarot Anti collective, it's all about growth, you know, and growth sometimes means you have to overcome things or obstacles that can take you out of your comfort zone. Because the comfort zone, see the comfort zone as being a winter, like let's say a winter's day, and it's so cold. The only thing that you want to do is get some snacks, your favorite movies or shows or episodes. Yeah. Make sure that you have your phone, all your digital devices fully charged. You've got snacks. You've got a dial away from your from food delivery. So you everything. You've got everything. You've got a hot water bottle. You've got an electric blanket. You've got everything already all prepared. Yeah. The heating is on. I just want you to picture it, collective, all right? That everything is in your comfort. Everything is in your comfort. Okay? That's your comfort zone. That is your comfort zone. So to come out your comfort zone now is to feel that coldness. As soon as you step out, you're like, oh no, I'm in a onesie and I need to go to the toilet. I need to go to the toilet. What am I going to do? Oh my gosh. That is coming out that comfort zone. And coming out that comfort zone can sometimes put us in that situation where we can feel like we're not sure of ourselves. We're not confident, because it's a place of comfort. And I can see the Six of Cups here now. And the Six of Cups is all about comfort. It's all about remembering the good old times, remembering all the good old days, staying in your comfort energy. But if we want to grow, if we want to build, if we want to ascend to our higher self, to be more unique to our authentic self, it means that we have to grow. We have to be able to come out of that bed. I know that bed sometimes, can sweet you. It can make you feel good, make you feel irie, especially on those winter nights. But you can't stay in that. You can't stay in there, because the world is the world. Despite everything that goes on, people can pass away, you know, things happen, different situations happen around the world, but the world continues. The world keeps going, and that's how it is. It just keeps recycling itself, you know, reinventing itself. That's what it does. So we, as a collective, have to be doing the same. If we're staying in that bed, all the time, staying in our comfort. We're letting things pass on. We're hindering our growth. Yeah, we're hindering our growth. Just gonna take a nice little sip. Yeah. So that alone can really stop us from growing. And like I said, sometimes there's times where you feel like, wow, I'm working hard and I'm still not seeing anything coming out from my my efforts. And sometimes, you know, that could be also looking at, you know, to see if there is, maybe you need to reassess, okay, your plan and see if it is the right plan to get you from A to Z. Yeah, so the Five of Swords has come out. And I see the Five of Swords here as kind of like, it's telling us it can be self-sabotaging behavior as well. So if we are in a position where, because the Five of Swords, let me explain what the Five of Swords are. So the Five of Swords is a card that basically represents it's like a male figure who has three swords. He has two swords in one hand and he has another sword, and he's looking back. So it's like some backstabbing behavior going on. So it's a behavior where it's not a genuine intention. Okay, but and with the Six of Cups, so we mentioned before, it's like this a childlike figure smelling on the roses, and it's just like, oh, it's just so comforting, and it just reminds you of all the good things of spring and you know, all of this, like, you know, when people say, oh, back in the day, and it's that's what the Six of Cups energy is like. It's that back in the day that you and that back in the day tends to be of comfort when people talk about, oh, that wasn't like that in my day, or oh, do you remember the day when we used to do this? Remember the day well, you know? Yeah. But with the Five of Swords, and remember we were saying that winter bed. The Five of Swords here we could be sabotaging our own success, our own growth, and as well being mindful of who we have around us as well. Because if you say you want to, let's say, as a collective, you wanna set up a business, you wanna pursue a different career. You know, sometimes it's best to go and think, let me go and take the time and look into it and focus and say, okay, so I need to do this, I need to do A, I need to do B, I need to do D. But also with the Five of Swords being here, be mindful of who you talk to, because here this is showing not everybody has your back. Not everybody has the right intentions for you. Yes? And if we go back to Sheryl Lee Ralph and the interview that she had, from what I gathered, a sense it was like there was a lot of maybe issues that she experienced that not everybody was there to celebrate her success. But in time, her time came. Her time came, baby. Her time came. Okay? So, and I think that's why it resonates so much that, you know, she could come up and in her, I don't know if you saw her, but if you have a look, go and look, you should look for her online. It might be on YouTube or the Google, and just type in Sheryl Lee Ralph Emmy Awards, and she was stunning. She was stunning. She looked good. Yeah, she looked good. And she was in her glory. She was in her glory. She was shining, and she was like, you know what? This is my time. This is my time. And I'm going to celebrate. And I'm still, even though I'm going to celebrate, I'm going to celebrate with others too. But that took her from, you know, maybe from a place of thinking, you know what, maybe things are not coming my way, and maybe there has been some kind of like backstabbing or things like that going on. But I'm going to trust the process. I know whatever is for you can be on for you. All right? So, I'm going to pull out, let's see if another card. Yes, another card came out, Four of Swords. So, with the Four of Swords is usually like a figure that is like sitting, lying down, resting. And they might be thinking about a lot of things. It can also represent ill health, needed the time to rest. And I kind of see this as like an opportunity. It's like, yeah, you need to, as a collective, sometimes we might need to take the time to step back, reflect, check that things are working our way. Always keep a close eye on what you're doing, because you can say that, right, you might be saying that, I want to do this. And you're talking the talk, but you're not walking the walk. Why, message, did you hear the message, people? You can sometimes talk the talk. Telling everybody, yes, I'm going to do this, man, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do this. Everybody, all right then, yeah, all right, so we'll soon see what you're going to do and all that. Sometimes, as I say, keep back your mouth. Keep back your mouth. And that just simply means sometimes just focus on what you need to do. If you say you're going to do it, go and do it. Rather than talking, because you then can either build up yourself so much that you stress yourself out. Because remember, what is for you can't be on for you. Your time will come, Don't rush it. You have to stay consistent, stay focused on your goals. Be happy for others and know your time will come. You have to know and trust and believe. And sometimes we live in we live in a world where everything is about instant gratification. We can go and look on social media. Everything is like, and get kind of fooled in the foolery of like, oh, everyone has the best life. And you're watching them thinking, oh, well, why don't I have that life? Because it's fakery. It's fake. It's not real. But if you look too closely at it, you can start to feel like, oh, what's going on with me? Why am I not having the same success? Why am I not looking like I've got the best bling, my hair looking sleek, my pictures always looking like I've got great things going on? And look what's come out the Tower. The Tower represents destruction, transformation. And this can be like telling us, don't get caught up in things that you see like, oh, everybody's doing something great. Everybody's doing, because now that will, by doing that, it will cause a lot of maybe issues that you haven't dealt with to resurface itself up. And that can then lead to kind of like triggers to think like, you might not even know why it's 100% triggering you, but it might feel like there might have been a sense of lack in the past, whether it was just childhood or whether it was maybe from an experience that you experienced as a child, or in your from a relationship or an experience or situation. Then you're constantly looking at these images on social media, people doing really well, people doing great things, and you're just thinking, oh my gosh, I'm still trying to make ends meet. I'm focused on what I want to do, but seeing all these things is impacting on you. But if the Tower's here, he's saying, well, this has to happen now because it has to release something from you. So you're not so held on into this comfort, into this zone of feeling like, oh, I am not good enough. B, you are good enough. Darling, you are good enough. You are good enough. Do you hear me? You are good enough. Don't make nobody tell you you is not good enough. Do you understand? You feel me? Do you feel me? Do you understand me? Do you understand me? Don't make nobody or anything. And if there is anything that has been troubling you, you have to just say, let it go. I'm letting go anything that doesn't serve me and my higher purpose, my higher good, my higher self. You know, I know this is what I want, and if it means that I have to transform, I have to grow from this, so be it. So be it. Because I know, again, remember to the Jamaican proverb, what is for you can never be unfor you. So when we're seeing all these images and of people doing well, and you're thinking, oh my gosh, I haven't got this, I haven't achieved motherhood, I haven't achieved marriage, I haven't achieved this. So what? You're alive. You're alive. You're alive. You're alive. Do you hear that? You're alive. You're alive. That gives you the power. That you have power, but you need to recognize your power. You need to recognize your purpose. You need to believe in yourself. You need to believe in your truth, honey. You need to believe in it. Don't make nobody tell you no different. You feel me? Do you hear me? Do you hear me, collective? Don't make nobody. And I think if there's anything that I admire, I admire lots of things in terms of the, let's say, Jamaican culture. But that is one thing I admire, is that wherever you go, this is you. Yes, you might go because there's been a lot of immigration in terms of to the America, to the let's say the US, the UK, Canada. You know, we're predominantly where Jamaicans reside. But the idea is, the notion is, you're not changing for nobody. They have to accept you, accept your speaking ways, accept your culture, accept you. Because, honey, if you don't accept yourself, nobody will accept you. You hear me? Why? If you don't accept yourself, nobody can accept you. And if you don't accept yourself, how are you going to focus on your goals? How are you going to focus and achieve what it is you want in life? How are you going to... I hope you are staying hydrated, collective. Collective, I hope you're staying hydrated, because I can feel like my mouth is starting to dry up right now. So I'm going to take another sip again, because the messages are coming out. But what is for you can't. But we can, as a collective, we can put a stop. We can put a delay on it. Because if we don't believe in ourselves, and if we're not staying true to ourselves, if we're not recognizing ourselves, look, this is ourselves, this is me as my authentic self, we can be delayed. We can put a delay on what it is that is due to come to us. Because we're not believing in ourselves, we're doubting ourselves. And with that doubt, that now, it can impact in different areas of your life. Whether it's now you seeking, like I said, seeking a love relationship, it can manifest itself there. Because you don't feel like you're good enough to be in a successful, a healthy relationship with a partner, where a partner truly respects you, darling. Or it can manifest itself in your workplace, where you're trying to get to the next level, you know, aspire to maybe a managerial level or anything like that. But because there's that lack, yes, you know what is coming to you, but you're not believing in your own power, in what you have to offer, what you have to bring to the world. Remember, darling, remember, baby, every single person on this earth comes with a unique power, a unique offering to give to this world. Every single one of us. So you need to recognize what it is that you bring to the world, whether it is joy, whether it is the way your energy, you just light up the room, you cheer people up, you uplift people, you have a charisma that people resonate with. You have to recognize it. You have to recognize it and believe in yourself, So if you believe in yourself, what is there for you will come your way. But you have to believe in it. You have to stay true to it. You have to be consistent. And that word, consistent, be disciplined, that is coming out of the comfort zone. And to come out that comfort zone, baby, you have to take the steps to go forward and say, right, I've recognized I've been stuck in that energy, that Six of Cups energy of, thinking that everything is all right, everything is nice and glory, everything, but I'm not growing. I'm not really growing as how I would like to be. So I recognize now I need to, tune into what it is I'm gonna do, and maybe I can keep it to myself right now until I know and until I recognize what it is that I need to do. Because again, sometimes the oversharing can also be a sign of that a lack energy, where you feel like you always have to explain your baby. Sorry, I'm using baby a lot today, but baby, darling, sometimes you have to stop with the oversharing, because that oversharing, you can be putting yourself in that, it's now creating issues around your own boundaries now, what you consider as healthy boundaries. Because if there is something like, right, you say, again, you're focusing on a goal and you want this goal, but you're still having issues with feelings of lack. That feelings of lack could be even a boundary thing. You could be at work and it's like you've got your own workload. This is what you want to do. But you have background noise and anything like that that's coming in your way saying, oh, Jane Doe, can you do this, please? You're like, no, sorry, I can't do that. No, sorry, I can't do that. And sometimes the saying the no, it can be difficult, because if we have feelings of like, oh, I can't say no to anybody, again, that can unfold itself in other areas of your life. That you reckon like, oh my gosh, I'm off track to what I actually want to do, because I'm putting I'm in so many pockets, pockets of trying to help or do other people's things, that when it comes to my thing, I can't see anything unfold. I can't see anything come together, because my energy is all in other places. And I need to recognize, whoa, no, I need to focus on me. I need to focus on me and what it is that I need to do right now. And I thought, and there's nothing wrong with having healthy boundaries. Healthy boundaries is key to our well-being. Healthy boundaries are key to our well-being. And to have that, sometimes that's just to say, no, sorry, I can't do that. I can't do that. Just let it sink in for a little while. But that and sometimes it's like that should be enough. Not the no, sorry, I can't do this. I've got blah 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 blah. No, sorry, I can't do it. And examine. And I want you to think of it, collective. Examine anybody, or it could be any situation where you've noticed where someone has asked for something and they're like, oh yeah, you don't go to that person. Why not? Oh, because, they say no to everything. But that person, where they might start to think, oh, they're coming across quite like stubborn or mean, but in terms of that, they might have figured out, no, I had to develop a stern approach to respecting my time. because anybody can give you some digger, and that's just like anything kind of thing, yeah, or some kind of foolishness thing that they can give you to say, oh, can you do this, can you do that, can you, and then you're not doing your thing. And remember, we as a collective, as the Queen of Pentacles came out as the main card for today, that is what we need to be doing. That's what we need to be striving to. We need to be working on accumulating our own wealth. Whether that wealth doesn't even have to be financial, because this card represents finances, money, growth, investment. But even if it's not that, it could be just you feeling 100% in yourself that you are happy with the achievement. So let's say if you reach retirement age, you can look back and you say, well, I'm glad that I've built these coins. I've got the bag, I took the time to do this, and I knew I had to be disciplined and say no at certain times, because this is what I wanted to do. And by saying yes to everything and anything, it's going to only stop me in my tracks and put me in a position where I'm in the tower now. Remember the tower? The tower was all about brap, things just coming to a sudden pause. So brap, coming to a sudden pause. We're like, no, we ain't got time for that. And if you have got time, if that's happening, because it's not a bad thing, because usually the tower card is seen as like, I don't want to see that card. But if it shows up, it's a sign that you have to change. You have to come out of that comfort zone. When you're thinking, oh, well, if I'm not going to question anything, I'm not going to look at anything, I'm not going to ask anything, I'm going to just stay in the comfort zone and hope that I can carry forward. It doesn't work like that. It does not work like that. And there's many examples around us that tells us that staying in the comfort zone doesn't get you anywhere. It doesn't get you anywhere. So we have to take that time to really recognize and believe in ourselves and not be afraid to show our true authenticity, so that we can bring in greatness into our environment, into our existence, into our own personal lives. You hear me? You hear me, collective? I hope the messages are resonating. Oh, yeah. So look, the Three of Pentacles is here. And the Three of Pentacles, to me, I'm seeing this as the Three of Pentacles is about like collaborating, working together, So it could be working on a project, working on this. And I see that this is telling us as a collective, we're working together to talk and reason and, like the messages to support us, to help us to grow, to help us to develop, to help us to recognize, we are constantly working on ourselves. What was great for us maybe 10 years ago may not necessarily be great for us now. So we are constantly growing, we are constantly changing, but it's also taking that time to embrace that change and to welcome it, not be afraid of it. Remember that comfort zone, not being afraid of it, but embracing the change. So that change, that builds you that confidence. And you know what? If you had said focus your time on energy on something and it didn't work out for you, again, don't worry, because your time will come, sis. Your time will come, bro. Brother, it will come for you. Yeah? You just have to believe that your time will come, and it will come, and it will show up. And when it shows up, the way it will show up is full glory. Not even you can stop it. Not even you can stop it, my darling, my generals. Not even you. So, the message is, remember, focus on what it is that you want. If you've got your goals and you have your vision, and you show your gratitude daily, be thankful for where you are now, so when your glory day comes, you're ready. Work on anything that you feel that there might be a lack, so it doesn't show up in your life, and if it does show up in your life, that's when it's it's the messages. Like, let's say that could be the spiritual guidance to tell you, this is what you need to work on, sis. This is what you need to work on, bro. Don't try to cover it up and it's all right. It's like, imagine like, oh, someone's like, oh, what's that? And you're just trying to like gloss it over like there's nothing going on. No, that's just an opportunity, darling, that something needs to be worked on. Don't try to hide it, because again, if you believe in the law of attraction, what we dwell on, what we focus on, and if we attach thoughts and feelings together, poof, we've manifested that into our life. We've manifested it. So anytime you get those kind of feelings where you're like, oh, I don't want to focus on, delete, because now you're stopping that process of you internally internalizing that into your subconscious. And we're like, no, because we get several thoughts every single day. We get thousands of thoughts every day. Some that we act upon, some that we don't. Some that we just have to delete, or, but it's part of that process of, we have to let them come through. Some we might collect and gather, and the rest of the data, we just get rid of it. But the ones that may come, and it's like it might trigger something, or it's saying, okay, I need to work on that, because it's for my higher self, for my higher good. Yes, it's gonna mean that I'm gonna have to come out of the kind of like the Six of Cups energy, when I'm smelling the roses and everything smells good. Yeah. But I have to recognize, I have to come out that, so I can continue to grow and ascend and be my truthful self. And if people don't like what they see and what they hear from me, and I'm being my authentic self, that just simply means go away. Like, go about your business. Go about your business. Because I'm being me, and I'm being my real me. And if you don't like it, you know where to go. Because I saw it go around here. That's how it goes around here. Part of the Gwan Tarot and Tea, we're all about that love and light, that growth, that transformation energy around here. You feel me? So, believe in yourself, honeys. Yeah? Believe all the time. Believe in yourself. So, I'm going to leave it there. But remember, what is for you can never be unfeel. Wagwan. Wagwan people, wagwan tea sippers, wagwan me generals. I hope you enjoyed today's podcast. Like and subscribe for all of the newbies out there. Welcome. Come and join the fun. Come and join and be part of the collective. We're all about love, growth, personal development, all of them things there combined, yeah? Good vibrations, good energy, because that's what we are all about. I saw it go. That's how it goes around here, okay? So, share with your friends and family so that they can all join in the fun. Share it and comment about it so that everyone knows about it, alright? And remember, stay blessed, look after yourself, see you on the next one, and wagwan.